Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be here with you today. Another beautiful day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you out there. It's good to be with you. It surely is. And I'm thrilled that you've chosen to be here with me. So let's begin as we do regularly with our breathing exercise. This is to calm us down and get us focused and centered in our bodies. And so we begin with breathing in through our nose, and then we hold and we breathe out through our mouth. And so let's begin. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. In with the nose, hold, out through the mouth. Continue. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. So let's open our eyes if they're closed and wiggle our fingers and toes. Wah! Come back into our bodies. What a great gift these bodies are. Let's see if I can adjust my camera a bit. What a great gift these bodies are. I mean, it's hard for us to comprehend because we're in them. It's like it's sometimes hard to know how wonderful your car is when you're driving it. But then you park it and you get out and you look and you go, "Wow, I have a nice car." Well, my friends, excuse me, I needed a drink of coffee there. I'm here to tell you, you have a nice body, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of anything, you have a nice body. And that which makes us all connected is that no matter what our bodies look like, they're all powered by the same force or energy or motor or presence or divine consciousness, whatever. It's all the same. There's not one drive for New Yorkers and another drive for Denverites. It's the same engine in all bodies. And that engine is the presence of God, all that is Yahweh, Goddess, Great Spirit, or however else you may refer to some power outside of intellect, emotion, and ego. And so when we look at what's been going on in this world we live in for the entire course of recorded history, which is arguably, at least in written language, back, I mean, our language has written down stories that date back as far as 5,000, 5,500 years plus or minus. There are cave drawings in Australia that date back thousands, multiple thousands of years. There are cave drawings in America, or cancel that. There are cave drawings in the United States of America that date back thousands of years, older than 5,000 years. And there are drawings in caves made by people all over the world that date back further than what we consider the outside of recorded history, generally speaking. And what we know is that through the whole of that record, there is reference to conflict between human beings. One group of human beings in conflict with another. And what we've also come to understand is that that conflict, regardless of where it is, regardless of when it happens, regardless of who's involved, never solves anything. History records that a few years after whatever the conflict may be, after a period of non-conflict, which is often referred to as peace, which I don't necessarily buy, but after a period of non-conflict, then there's conflict again. And it doesn't make sense. It's well proven today in 2021, March the 17th, that there's enough food on the planet Earth to feed everyone. So everyone need not be hungry. And there's enough water, drinking water, quality drinking water available on the planet Earth to water the whole human population plus everything else. There's enough air right here on the planet for everything to breathe. There's enough materials. There's more than enough of everything, but there's more than enough materials to shelter every human being on the planet. There's more than enough material to cover the human body for protection, not because it needs covering, it simply needs protection because it's a delicate vehicle. It simply needs protection. And there is more than plenty available to create that protection. for every human being on the planet. Period. What's lacking is the collective will to see all those things as so. And that operates out of a historically present dualistic concept about each other that is clear through the whole of recorded history, to include the oldest writings which are in caves on walls. We say, we in the Western world at least, we in the quote, end quote, first world at least, say peace and harmony is the desirable status for our experience. If in fact that's the case, then the rule of us and them, they or that, me and you, must disappear. And it dates all, I mean, even considering the possibility of eliminating the dualistic concept that one human being and another human being are more similar than different. It's incredible. Yet that is the point to make a difference, to change. The nature of the human race will not change unless the dualistic attitude that we as human beings hold no longer exists. I want to read you something. And this is from What God Said by Neil Donald Walsh. And it's like the first of a group of rules that may or may not apply to creating a different space of consciousness. And the first suggestion is we are all one. All things are one thing. There is only one thing. And all things are part of the one thing there is. This means that you are divine. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are not your soul. You are the unique combination of all three, which comprises the totality of you. You are an individuation of divinity, an expression of all that is, an expression of God, an expression of Goddess on earth. Talking about important topics generates energy around them. Every major change that has ever occurred in our social, political, economical, or spiritual systems began when one person talked to another person about it. This may seem almost absurdly obvious. Yet I observe many people who want to see changes in their world and in their lives, nevertheless saying, well, what can I do? What impact could just one person like me possibly have? So make no mistake, people talking together about the same thing at the same moment become very powerful. So powerful that, as Victor Hugo said, all the armies of the world cannot stop an idea whose time has come. Rewriting humanity's cultural story to include expanded beliefs and deeper understandings about goddess, God, life, enlarging upon the primitive and simplistic beliefs of our past, the, they and them, me and you, is just such an idea. Enlarging upon the primitive and simplistic belief of our past is just such an idea. It takes time, but large clusters of people, whole societies, can have a change of mind about things. Martin Luther King Jr. helped create a change of mind about blacks. Betty Friedan and Gloria Steinem helped create a change of mind about women. Harvey Milk helped create a change of mind about gays. We can all now help create a change of mind about God. To change the mind of the world about God. What a goal. And that is the goal of the new spirituality. That is the goal that I offer to you for consideration, for embrace, and for championing. That is the goal that has always been present in every aspect of spiritual consciousness. That is the goal of the Buddha. That is the goal of Confucius. That is the goal of Lao Tzu. That is the goal of the Prophet Muhammad. That is the goal of Christ Jesus. The goal. That is the goal of every soul who knows and loves God, and who can no longer sit by idly and watch people grapple with teachings of a fearful, vengeful, violent God and ignore all the damaging outcomes that such belief have inflicted upon the human race. They are all dualistic. Everyone is dualistic. Everyone is us and them, me and you, them and they, competition. And it doesn't work. And we know it doesn't work. I mean, when I hear people talk in a competitive nature about the simplest basic concepts of day-to-day life, it literally makes my skin crawl. When my wife Debbie and I sit and watch certain television programs, I can't even sit in the chair. I got to get up and move. It's just so discouraging. to realize that it's so ingrained and embedded in the global society that we are different. It just drives me crazy because I know without a shadow of a doubt that we are all one. We are all one thing. We are the presence of God wherever we are, and all is well. Every single spiritual master ever simply presented that one reality. I and the Father are one, and all is well. I am the presence of divinity, and all is well. Nothing can hurt me. I cannot cease to exist. I am eternal. I cannot die. All is well. All is well. I acknowledge you as the presence of God, wherever you are, however you are. I invite you to embrace the sameness of you. I acknowledge you. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.